Angel or demon? Which is your Filipina?
Foreigner, don't fall for her tricks. There are those of us who crave your love, attention, and care. Something real, something lasting. Find me.
Hey guys, it's Dave with One Man's Paradise, and I've been wanting to make this video since the beginning of our channel. If you're watching this video, then you've likely watched many videos about retiring in the Philippines and building a relationship with Filipinas. And like me, you've probably found two kinds of these videos. One that tells you you can, with a snap of a finger, conjure up the perfect Filipina, young, beautiful, smart, and deeply in love with you. The other that tells you that all Filipina are gold diggers and only after your money. No money, no honey. 4Ms, etc. Truth is, while both of these extremes certainly do exist, the vast majority of Filipina are, just like any other human being, somewhere on a spectrum of good and not so good qualities. I think too many men are getting the idea that because the retirement represents a better life for a Filipina here in the Philippines, that they can just walk along until they find one that they're attracted to and boom, instant Cinderella story. So let's get back to the basics. First, by acknowledging the hard truths. Number one, there are many unscrupulous people, men and women, out there posing as lovelorn Filipinas who are 100% trying to part you from your money as fast and efficiently as possible. Number two, there are definitely Filipina out there that will fall in love with a smiley face emoji just because it begins their own pretty woman love story where a rich man changes their lives forever. But you really don't want this relationship either. Number three, if you're nearing retirement age or older, part of your attraction to younger women is financial stability. If you are the typical Western male, you are not as attractive as you once were in your 30s, nor are you as energetic or motivated as you once were. Number four, and this is the big one, the very reason you're considering a Southeast Asian woman is that your fitness as a partner is based on a different scale than in the West. Do not let anyone tell you differently. Of course, physical attraction is the same anywhere in the world, although beauty standards can differ. But physical attraction is not at the top of everyone's list. So let's get real. If Filipina fall on a good to bad scale, well, so do we. If you believe you're a good man, then you should know that you are more than an ATM machine, that you can offer a Filipina what she wants in a relationship: stability, love, care, security, motivation, and building of their self-esteem. Problem is, the West has beaten you down. They have set your value instead of you. One run through the dating apps will show you the difference in perceived value. What you have available to you in your country and what is available here in the Philippines. But there is hope. The fact that you are looking into overseas options means that you are opening your eyes to the game that is fixed against your favor in the West. But if your goal is truly only for hot young girlfriends, then don't waste your time running your own relationship scam, pretending to want something long-term when you really are just trying to secure your next vacation partner. Believe me, I'm not judging you if this is the case, but there are plenty of beautiful, attentive women that would enjoy an escape from their daily lives for a couple weeks, just as you, without having to mislead another human being. But if you want a real relationship, one that is fulfilling, you need to be a man worthy of one. You need to build a life that attracts that kind of woman. And I stress that this is your life. If you are the kind of man who hands out cash like candy, you're going to attract women whose hands are out and only see your value in that. But if you build a good, comfortable life around yourself, then you will attract a woman who sees your life, respects your ability to create and maintain it, and wants to be a part of it. This doesn't have to be a beachfront property or some extravagant condo in the city. You don't have to drive a Lexus or constantly be taking them to a fancy restaurant. No, you simply need to be a man who gives them attention, provides a secure future, and allows them to be the Filipina they want to be. Loving, nurturing, and in a solid, stable, loving relationship. So let's take a closer look at the angels and demons you might run across in the Philippines. Demon number 1, she only wants your money. Truth is, there are many scammers and opportunists out there, but that is universal, not just in the Philippines, but in Thailand, South America, India, Europe, the US, and everywhere else. You are smart men, or you wouldn't be researching this before going off half-cocked and making stupid decisions with the wrong head. So let's get this out of the way. The reason you come to Southeast Asia is because you know your financial stability, i.e. your retirement, pension, savings, has a greater value here than in the West. Oh my freaking God. Don't hold that against the Filipina because she agrees with you. Instead, understand it, accept it, and move on. And that brings us to angel number 1. Of course, one of the things a Filipina values is financial security. To have money coming in monthly, guaranteed, is a very attractive thing to anyone, including you. That's why you worked hard to earn and build it, and why you look forward to drawing it. So why fault a Filipina for seeing retiring foreigners as someone that offers this benefit? I mean, it should be every bit as important to her as it is to you, right? I mean, come on, we don't live in utopia. The good news is your ability to provide financial security appeals to both the angel and the demon. Also good news is the fact that demon number 2 already moves away from scamming and risking your retirement and delves into relationship issues. And here we need to talk about perhaps the biggest relationship problem you will face: jealousy. Let me make this 100% clear. If your Filipina does not show any jealousy, be very concerned. I don't care how attractive your partner is. Believe me, she feels some level of insecurity and jealousy. Don't believe me? Consider the fact that you were likely part of the 80% of men vying for the bottom 20% of women in the West. Invisible, average, or below average. Now think about your partner. While you think she is hotter than her $2 pistol, she feels lost in a sea of long, black-haired, slim women doing everything they can to look their best. In their world that idolizes light skin, heavier weight, and financial affluence. Every woman that walks by you is a potential thief of your attention, lust, and perhaps even your love. Yes, you, your old fart self with gray facial hair, balding head, and dad bod, if you're lucky. Pot belly if you're a Western norm. And we are talking jealousy that can feel very restrictive, controlling, and almost jail-like, preventing you from being yourself, smiling at people you meet, men and women, being friendly, social, and making friends. It can also cause a lot of stress and conflict, resulting in verbal confrontations and resentment. Without a doubt, jealousy constitutes one of the most dangerous problems an expat will face from his Filipino partner. Now, while angel number 2 may very well show some signs of jealousy, it will drive her to be the best woman, wife, partner, lover that she can be. She is one that will recognize that by giving you everything you need and want in a relationship, that you will not want to risk trading her for an unknown entity. Not only that, but she is more attracted to you because of your age, seeing it as maturity, stability, and being less likely to cheat and wander. She also expects you to be more knowledgeable and able to share wisdom with her. Do not confuse this with thinking you are superior, as you can learn a lot from a Filipina that has faced different social and financial issues as yourself. Now, demon number 3 is the Filipina that suffers from some level of mental illness. We're not talking about serious issues, but look guys, the Philippines is very much like the West in the 1970s. Promoting mental health isn't necessarily a thing, and while there are psychiatrists and psychologists, it's very much a taboo thing to discuss or admit. Tough economic conditions, broken families, and abuse can cause a Filipina to have experiences that cause her issues with trust, honesty, faithfulness, depression, etc. And medications treating these diagnoses carry a heavy stigma. Anger issues, irrationality, inability or unwillingness to articulate what she is thinking can all lead to hard times working through relationship problems. Angel number 3 is the caregiver. She's the one that will watch over you, sometimes almost too much, to make sure you are well cared for. From the management of your home to making sure your meds are all taken on time, from looking for anything she can do to improve your health and well-being to pampering you with massages, toe and fingernail care, getting you coffee and drinks, all without being asked or feeling like it's a chore. In fact, asking her not to do any of these things may cause a fight as she sees it as you depriving her of the opportunity to do something sweet for you. Demon number 4 doesn't know how to manage money. This is a Filipina you might assume thinks of you as an ATM, but in reality, she just hasn't had any experience managing money. Often you will hear Filipinos spending their money more freely because they cannot be sure when they will get more, and they are often willing to share with their families and friends, simply because they have had money shared with them as well. If you don't set boundaries and limits, you may very well feel taken advantage of, whether it was meant to or not. Angel number 4 is the one that appreciates your financial responsibility. While she may very well value your perceived wealth, she wants to help you hang on to it, and so that not only yours, but her future remains stable. She is the one that will negotiate prices at the market on your behalf, shop around for the best deals, and return any change she gets from the vendor. She would rather buy her clothes from the used OK shop than order new clothes online that cost 5 to 10 times more. She will make sure your food purchases don't go to waste and genuinely feels bad if even a little has to be tossed. Demon number 5 lives on her phone. Even when you are out together or just at home spending time together, she'll be more interested in her phone than you. Social media drives her and finds it infinitely more interesting than you. Sometimes it's also a sign that there's chatting going on with other men behind your back. While you likely won't have any problems having as much sex as you want, you might find it boring and uninteresting. Angel number 5 is just the opposite. She might be a little too clingy, which at first is amazing, to feel like someone can't be a moment away without you. But after a time, you may find you need to establish expectations and boundaries again. Most Western men need some time to themselves or with their buddies to maintain a healthy psyche, and depending on your Filipina, this may be hard to carve out for yourself. On the bright side, sex may very well be the best you've ever experienced with a younger, more energetic partner who is genuinely driven to pleasure you, and the desire to learn from the exotic Westerner things sometimes considered taboo here in the Philippines. Be loving, gentle, and non-judgmental, and you are likely to unlock a little bit of that demon in her. Well, we discussed some of the traits of angels and demons in a Filipina partner, but how can you tell if you have one or the other? Truth be told, it's no different than anywhere else in the world. A woman is a little bit of both, and let's face it, so are we as men. The trick is to find balance and compatibility in your partner, and the secret to that is time. Take time to get to know one another. It's not rocket science, and it's as old as time itself. Men and women are different creatures and driven by different motivations. A Westerner and Filipino relationship is susceptible to the same man and women issues as any other pairing. But if you take your time and are truly sincere in your motivations, you can find a wonderful, loving, caring, and devoted partner to spend the rest of your life with. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If so, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If nothing else, take from it that you yourself control your destiny, not some YouTuber like me. Do your due diligence, take calculated risks, and find the happiness you deserve. Please consider subscribing to our channel, as Kath and I both would appreciate your support. And of course, comment your thoughts below. We enjoy the dialogue, and it gives us ideas for videos you may find useful. Take care.
Here's some coffee for you, baby.
Oh, thank you, baby. You're such an angel.
Animadverto.